Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Astro Gravitational Report. Looking at the charts about today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit. Hopefully, find you in a good mood and a good energies. Experiencing something last night was like about 6 o'clock. There was like hot energies, hot vibrations, hot situations. Don't know if that was a collective, but I opened the window and I was freezing out there. Basically, it's very cold in here, but the energies was heavy, so I had to ground right away. Don't know if that was a collective energy. Don't know if that was a something personally and so on. But today the energies they're gonna be a roller coaster. The question is are you stable from within you? And you're going to get into the roller coaster. Are you going to allow the roller coaster controlling you, or you're going to be sitting on the driver's seat of the roller coaster and you're going to navigate your journey and you're going to enjoy that roller coaster for it. So that is how the overall the energy will be there. But at night, we are going to be experiencing about 11 p.m. There's going to be a very beautiful divine energies of love. To remind you that Venus is approaching Saturn, there's going to be a point that you are going to feel like there is no love. I want you to look at it inside of you and see if there is no love or the love that you picture it from within, the love that you're pushing so much. Your understanding about love and what the difference is within the universe, love from within you, and so on. Because Venus, it is squaring the North Node in Uranus, but it's also opposing Lilith in this case. All right. So I'm going to move you on the side. I'm going to look at it, the gravity, the situations, the cards they're here. And I want to recognize the people who came to the chat. Erica, Lisa, and Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching it. If you have any questions, please ask about it. And I will be giving a shot to answer it the best of my abilities to you. So, right, let's get into this going on. So, what is it going on in the skies in the morning? The morning, the midheaven is at 11 degrees of 9 minutes in Scorpio. Shadow work, it's like I don't want to be in this shadow work. I don't want to be doing it this. Why do I have to deal with all this? And it's all about love. Oh my God, and destiny and the universe. Is this is going to end? Well, Venus is in 13 degrees of Aquarius. We talk about this Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio situations. And it's coming in. It's been going on. It is going on even now. If you finish the work that you need to do, that is not going to bother you. But this energies, they are coming in the morning. They are going to be a little bit intense. The only thing it is looking inside of you about Mercury retrograde, because midheaven at 11 degrees, it is in sextile with Mercury. There is at 10 degrees at Capricorn. Mars, it's moving direct. You might feel like it's time for actions. The masculine energies talking about this is like it's time to create something, to move something. You can't continue like this. You can't go on anymore. I have to look what is it going on. So the divine energy starts Mercury retrograde from Mars. They are very beautiful this time. The ascendant is at 16 degrees of Capricorn. To remind you that Lilith and Venus are in war from within themselves, but also in a war from within the universe and destiny because of the shadow, personal desire, personal agendas, personal situations with others that didn't work out. That's what the shadow energy will be. That is going to be this intense energy. So if you haven't find your balance, you're going to end up going on into the roller coaster that's going to be today. So basically, that is going to be at 7 o'clock, the gravitations for at 8 o'clock. That energy is actually is going to get much better, much good. Maybe you did something, you tell something, you self-talk, self-inspirations, self-growth from within. It's like, okay, I'm looking at this issue, I'm going to grow within this. The moon, as you guys aware of, it is right now in Libra. That is about relationship, contracts, and so on and so on. By the way, today it's the Friday the 13th, so take a look from inside. But we were talking about the number 13. That 1313 represents the love inside. That is the divine love. But we took it this as a fatal number, and specifically on Fridays, because of we have not learned what love is. So most of it, when we get into this fatal love within, and that's what it is coming in. But try to distract with all this collective energy from within yourself, from within you, because it's just gonna be attracting more things from within yourself. So the moon in Libra is a beautiful trines with the ascendant, with Pluto, with Venus, and giving you this energy of transformations. Ascendant is at 3 degrees of Aquarius. That is it about the beginning of this rebellion from within. Rebellion with who though? Rebellion with Mars. That's what this is. Mars to finally take this new approach and takes the lead, takes this movement with actions. But Mars, it is like, oops, I have not learned everything that I need to learn, or I have to take a look what I need to say. That is a covenant because of the divine energies between Mercury retrograde and Mars. Mars is in a trine with the moon, Mars is in a trine with Pluto and the ascendant, and is sextiling Neptune. So the masculine energy is going to be taking charge. Take the approach if it's like, you know what, I gotta act upon this. I have to act, I have to do all this. And since the midheaven is at 26 degrees of Scorpio, that is a like this shadow work needs to be done. I need to grow with this. I need to have the new visions. I need to take new authority. I need to transform. So basically, you're telling yourself, I have to go into the roller coaster in there. So at 9 o'clock, there the energies is changing. Midheaven it is opposing Mars. Mars is still not moved yet. Mars is still stationary at 8 degrees and 8 minutes. He's been stuck for 4 days. So you feel like I should go, but not now. I should do something, but not now. I should get into something, but not now. But Mars right now, it's looking at the emotions, the energies there. That is it with the moon. There is it at Libra, and we have Venus. That is at Aquarius. This is a the trines, the emotions within love. What love is, what the situation is with this. But some of you maybe feel like you have a lacking of expressing that love. You is opposing that Mars, and Mars is like, I'm not ready to say what I need to say. But there is a divine energies with the destiny. You're gonna be healing it, looking at this energies with the North Node. It's gonna be feel like, yeah, you need to know what to do, but you have to do it. For those who knows and have already has been done, there is a kite for this time, but in the top it is a midheaven, and the one side is the moon, and the other side is Venus, and down in the bottom that is Mars. So Mars is taking this control to help all this, so it can be go ahead and create these connections from within. So when you look at it, these situations at 9 o'clock for that is going to help you to establish the connections between the Venus and the intuition from within together with the masculine. So basically, the masculine is going to put together the energy of the mother and the energy of the lover, this goddess divine lover, which Venus is. But Venus is opposing Lilith, seeks that toxic side of the female. This, I'll do this and he's going to do that. It's going to be my way. You guys know what I'm talking about. So that energy still is gonna go on. It is. That is a like all of a sudden everything goes upside down into the roller coaster, and you're like, oh my god, that's what this energy is. But this sort of sudden changes, the changes from within you. The good part is the Venus and Lilith doesn't have an aspect with the North Node now. They only have with Uranus. So kind of like all this pressure, it's kind of like walking out. Midheaven is in 24 degrees. I have Sag. There is a squaring towards the ascendant and Pisces. Is like, no more these Piscean energies. I don't want to dig into the mud. I want to clear waters. And the clear waters are coming and study from Saturn. Okay, that is Saturn is actually is doesn't have aspects. Some of you may feel like, hmm, there is nothing me anymore to study. I think I know everything. There is nothing for me anymore to do. I don't feel like I need to learn this. I don't feel like I have to get this. The reason is because you have to act and perform. You can't perform and study at the same time. You have to perform. That's what the authority, that's what the sun is in Capricorn, that's what Mercury is in Capricorn. And during the new moon that is going to come in Aquarius, there we are going to have this shift. Okay, there's going to be a shift that you are not going to feel the love. The reason is that it's going to be at the moment when at the Venus, it's going to join Saturn. There will be no aspect. Like the whole love is gone from the world. The reason for this is to understand the difference between the real love and the love that you trying to push, trying to project towards others. No more projections of love and how the love should be. The love should be given freely and received freely. And now Venus is like, I'm going in hermit mode. I'm going to study my self love. I'm going to purge the toxic love from within me, but I'm going to be with the teacher. I'm going to a meditation mode, hermit mode, deeply from within me. In order I to create this beautiful love, I have to go ahead and do that. So some of you may be going to feel like they have to prepare, move somewhere, go somewhere, do something, isolations, and so on. But to remind you, this isolations is for you to grow from within. So at 11 o'clock, midheaven is together with Mercury retrograde. You're going to be focused within the divine messages between Mercury retrograde and Mars. Uranus is going to be very strong during this time. The moon, though, it's going to be moving within Libra, and now she is only trining Venus and Mars. There's no other trines in there, but she's going to be squaring midheaven and Jupiter still. That's going to be feel like I haven't grown, I haven't done anything, I haven't been, but that's coming from Mars. Mars was for a very long time in a retrograde, stuck in this hermit mode, and now you're looking at these divine energies from within, and you are preparing for actions. But before preparing for actions, you are have to get the divine messages from within you. Look at it, listen to it, and so on. And at 12 o'clock, the energies begins to shift. Midheaven is together with the sun as usually is. That's the midday. That is when the authority takes the highest point in the sky. Together within the sun is in beautiful trines with Uranus and the North Node. That is together with the ascendant. You're going to be looking at these divine energies. They are beautiful with Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is actually helps you right now with all this. There is a divine energies from the ascendant and the north node towards the moon now, which is mean that your emotions about relationships, your energies there about relationships. This is when the mother learns the relationships with the kids are different with relationships with the husband, relationships with mother, and relationships within family. That is what the moon in Libra represents. But also, the moon in Libra represents contracts. I have to be a better businessman. I have to be a better politician. I have to be this emotions when I'm going to the judge. If I'm a judge, I have to stay neutral. So basically, there's going to be a lot of learning of this process when the moon is in Libra. So if you have something there in the Libra, I think that's in the seventh degree of Libra, talking about. Looking at in your chart, what do you have within this first degrees of Libra and up to like from the first till the 15 degrees? And that is going to be divine energies that actually Uranus and the North Node from Taurus, they're coming into Libra. Is the same thing applies if you have something with this in the first degrees of Sagittarius and there. That's what the Libra and the Sagittarius, they have this divine aspect. They are materializing into the earth for this. So at 1 o'clock, here we go. The energy is kind of like a rise up. It's going up because you got all the situations, all the energies. There's a lot more energies in the playground right now. Midheaven is in Aquarius. That is the time for the rebellion. You're preparing for something. You making plans. You making things. You make situations. You're like, I have to move. I have to go. I have to get in this. I have the situations in this. Midheaven, it's a lot of help in there. It's trining the moon and it's trining Mars. There is a beautiful kite between right now the moon, Midheaven right here, Jupiter, and on this side we have Mars. So now the masculine energies together with the feminine energies and together with the intuition of the proper relationships, they are ready to fly for going forward in life. So if you and your partner are getting together, you're making a plans to move forward, you're making the situations to go inside of it and so on, you are looking at what's going on. But to remind you that Venus right now is in oppositions with Lilith, with that energies inside, and she's standing against the universe. You may be fighting with the universe. You may be standing against what the universe has for you. But if you look at it, fixing this moon situations, this understandings of relationships, because you have a mother-son relationships, you have a spouse relationships in there, you have daughter-mother relationships, and so on. But you also in your workplace, what it is, you have this. But you're also going to look at it, the relationships with friends, acquaintances, and so on. But Mercury retrograde is squares the moon and it is opposing Jupiter. And it's going to tell you that maybe some of the people, some of the situations, you can't communicate, you can't talk, you can't grow, there is no business, there is no situations in there. So you see this, it's telling you what the things you need to work there. Hey, Matthew, thank you for coming in. Just saw your message. And at 2 o'clock p.m., the energies are going with Saturn. Is like, what is all this? What's going on? Midheaven, it's very close to Saturn. You're going to look this closeness inside within Ascendant. It's pretty close with Mars. That is the focus of the masculine energies. Mars still hasn't moved, not even a bit. He just stays there like the warrior that is like, yeah, I'm just monitoring the situations. I will see should I get to fight or I should go and build a castle that I don't need to have all the soldiers there. I will just see what it is going on and I will act upon the situation. It's kind of like staying there, waiting for it. You may want to feel like your masculine energies is there, wait for it. While the sun and Mercury, it is retrograde, you kind of like refraining from actions, or you are very careful what your actions would be as a masculine energies. And since the midheaven is with Saturn, it kind of like, I don't know, maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to take a relax. Maybe I have to jump out of the ride. Maybe I need to just look at me and chill and calm down from within me. Maybe that roller coaster was too much for me before I go into the next one. So 3 o'clock, you kind of like, man, what is it going on right now? Why is everything this? You decide to jump. You decide to go into another ride, another situations, another things that comes in. Talking about the collective, the ascendant, it is 0 degrees at Cancer. Talking about family, and that ascendant is squares the moon. The moon squares Mercury retrograde, and the moon begins. It's opposing Jupiter. Now it is like, oh my God, what is going on with these cardinal changes? Yes, you do. There is a cardinal changes that needs to be made if everything has to go right. The ascendant is in divine 150 degrees with Pluto, but there is a yacht made towards the moon. That is coming from who? Coming from midheaven and Pisces. Look at it into these mysteries inside and the North Node. Usually, when these things happen, specifically in Libra, we're talking about that is a relationships. You're looking at your relationships with divine. How do you standing in there? Especially within this roller coaster dives or ups or swings so fast and so on, you're like praying to God, God help me. That is gonna be this part why you have to wait for the problems and the troubles to comes in to turn to God. You should be all the time that from within. So this energies is going to be coming in, and it's going to be a too strong for some of you. Depends of your personal relationship with God. To remind you that Mars still within this beautiful kites with Venus and all these situations there is a coming pretty strong. There is this beautiful trines with Mercury retrograde, the North Node in Uranus at this time, the divine energy is there. So there's gonna be this ups and downs, roller coaster situations there. So at some point the roller coaster stops. You get off of this. Midheaven is with Neptune. Is like, okay, I see what the visions, I see what I need to do, I see all these situations for. I get it. I have to use these divine energies. The moon, it will continue for a few more hours today to continue have these divine energies with the North Node. This is gonna be when the destiny is calling you, or the destiny is teaching you from within about your relationship. The moon is still trining with Venus and Mars, respectively. That energy is still there. This is like the mother put inside within herself the understanding about masculine and the feminine energies, put them right within order because she feels that's what she needs to do. You, in your self, if you're applying into this, this is like you using these energies, these emotions, and you put this. This is a feminine situations. This is a masculine situations. I know where they standing with me. I have this deep acknowledgement, this deep understanding of what they are. So it's a beautiful energy there. It's 5 o'clock right now. The midheaven is with Chiron. It is opposing the moon in there. It's this energy of lacking the growth, lack of the communications. Yeah, with some of the situations, you have no communications. Why? Maybe ruined relationships, maybe failed to perform a job because that's a Mercury retrograde in Cancer, in Capricorn. I'm sorry, because that's what the work is. That's what the professional is. And since midheaven, it is in Jupiter in Chiron and Aries, that it's personality, you, I. But the moon, it is in Libra, which is we. So you take a look on all these combinations in there. What happened with you? What kind of actions you took? Maybe you need to heal something from within yourself, forgiving your own self in these situations because of the relationships with others. What can guide you? What can guide you? That is the divine energies between the moon and the north node there. So at 6 p.m., the energies begins again. Intense, you decide again to go to the roller coaster, but this time you're talking about the ascendant moves into Leo, very close to Lilith. You're looking at that fight between Venus and Lilith from within you. And why do you oppose the universe that tries to teach you these lessons? What you haven't learned, what you have been done from it new. The ascendant, it's at 8 degrees of Leo. There is a sextile with Mars, who is at 8 degrees, 8 minutes still. And that is a sextile link with Jupiter, who is at 2 degrees in Aries, and that is a sextile with Pluto and the Sun. So basically, when you go through that chain of energies, that is the authority of you to transform, to grow within, to look at it, and what kind of actions you need to take in order to solve the conflict from within. That is the two sides within yourself. If you are masculine inside, understanding there is a difference between the goddess and the toxic female. There is a difference from if you're female, the difference how the woman should act and what the toxic female is. There's a lot of learning through this opposition. It's gonna be for well, Lilith is gonna be for a while, and Leo, she's gonna be stuck in there. She's gonna move a little bit in Cancer, then goes in a Virgo, and so on. But that's what is gonna be in the next few months. She's gonna be there the same way it was stuck for quite a while in Cancer. So at 7 o'clock, the energies are getting even more intense about this because midheaven is together with the north node and points that conflict. The ascendant is at 19 degrees, it's only 4 degrees away from Lilith, and it's opposing Venus at 13 degrees at Aquarius. And we have 14 degrees Uranus and 11 degrees midheaven with 10 degrees north node. The only divine aspect, it is the moon and Libra. That is it, the moment you should look from within you, dive from within yourself, meditate, look within your soul, look within your intuition. Let the intuitions lead you from within. Use that feminine energies of understanding the proper situations about relationships so you can solve the conflict that is with Venus, that is a rebellious. Maybe some of you have to deal with the daughter that doesn't want to listen to you. That is a Venus that it is in Aquarius. Okay, but at the same time, the authority wants to be taken of this toxic feminine energies. So be careful. Maybe the toxic energies trying to take in over you, over your love, and you're fighting deep from within yourself. It all depends of the situations. But the moon and Mercury retrograde, they're there for you. The masculine energies, there is in Gemini that tells you hold your horses, stay there, do your work, do your things. That's coming from also from the beginning of this shadow work. Because right now, in about 2 days, the moon is going to move into Scorpio, and we are going to be doing some of the shadow work because when the moon is in Scorpio, she's going to be squaring Lilith and squaring Venus and opposing the North Node in Uranus. So again, if you haven't studied the last year, if you haven't done the work within Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, you have to get it done, because some of the people, they didn't did their job. And this is why, like, why I have to go back, why I have to go within this. Now at the 8 o'clock, these energies are getting, again, this is like the roller coaster, little by little by little, keeps going forward. More beautiful energies. The midheaven is at 26 degrees F Taurus. It's a beautiful trine towards the Sun and Pluto, transformations, processes, and order in there. Uh, the ascendant is at 1 degrees of Virgo. There is a divine energies with Jupiter. It's like, hey, heal this, use the mother's energies inside of you. You're going to grow with this. You need to understand not to grow in a comfort zone. That's what the problems are. The problem rise so you can rise. Without problems, there is nothing you to learn. So looking at on these energies, take a look inside of you again. Mercury retrograde is going to be very, very beautiful with Uranus in the North Node. Listen the divine messages from within, because the ascendant isn't trying with Mercury retrograde. And at 9 o'clock, this energies begins to be more even intense. Right now, the moon, it is even moving forward within Libra. Now, the divine energies from North Node in Uranus, it's coming strong. Midheaven, it is together with Mars. That is igniting that power towards Venus, Mars, and the moon. This is as well, like, I don't care how scary this ride is. I don't care what the situations is. I have to move. I have to transform. I need to grow. I need to change. But how? I have to find the exit of these situations. I have to learn the friendships. I have to learn the relationships. And I have to find new ways. New ways from where? In you. That's what the downloads from the Mercury retrograde towards the midheaven and Mars. They're double whammy in there. At the same time, there is a double whammy with the divine energies from Uranus and the North Node. Take a new road of all these situations. Don't repeat the same mistakes in life. Don't work within this. Put that fire from within yourself, between Venus and Lilith from within. What is the authority? What's the right authority? So you can go ahead and prepare yourself for action time. And at 10 o'clock, midheaven goes in 24 degrees of Gemini. There is a divine energies within the authority. This is going to be at the moment when you look at it, this authority and the friendships within the divine. Maybe a prayer, maybe a meditations, maybe a deep connections with the universe. However, that may work for you, but you taking actions to look at it through all these situations. Ascendant is in Virgo. It is at 25 degrees. There is a divine energies with Saturn. You're probably gonna look into the teacher. It's like, hey, I can't find the answer on this. What I need to do? Maybe reaching to someone with an authority figure in there, so the teacher can tell you, maybe you should look here, maybe you should look there, maybe you should go this. Midheaven is in trine with Saturn, and the ascendant has the divine energies. Usually during those times, those are the times when you connect with the teacher and the teacher connects with you, because they see you stuck, they see you hold on. And if you need some help, reach out for the help during these times. It's a beautiful energies during this time in order to do this, because the ascendant is in Virgo. That is about healing. And how you see all this, it is because the ascendant, there is a 25 degrees in Virgo. it is opposing 23 degrees Neptune and Pisces and Jupiter and Aries. You can move forward. You don't see what you need to do. You don't see this exit. You didn't see all these situations. All you have to do is take a look. Saturn, the teacher that is going to help you. But you have to take the authority and the communications from within you. That is because the ascendant is in trine with the sun and Mercury retrograde. And at 11 o'clock, all this, it's kind of like coming in together. The ascendant is together with the moon at 7 degrees at Libra. Midheaven is in Cancer, and that is this positions with Mercury retrograde. There is a squares with Jupiter and the ascendant and the moon. It is opposing Jupiter. So there is this cardinal problem. Cardinal problems talks about cardinal solutions, cardinal changes. But how you make cardinal changes from within your soul. Now, the ascendant and the moon, they both have a double whammies towards the North Node in Uranus. You taking the informations within the divine. You looking up to the divine because when you go to a street with no exit, the only way and escape you have there is where? Up, going up, rising up. Look at the divine energies in there from within. Mars has a double trines with the moon and the ascendant. Ascendant has a double trines with Venus. They all have this beautiful trine within the air. But if you have not solved these energies, these beautiful energies, and allow them within you, you're going to end up in a cardinal conflicts within you. The cardinal conflicts come from the family, come from the growth, come from the communications, lack of communications, and the lack of having a relationship. But you need to understand that relationships first begin from where? In you. And this is going to be a huge roller coaster, like rising up. They're going to go up, but you know what? Everything that goes up is also goes down. So if you're properly grounded, if you're properly in these situations, the sun, it is in sextile with Jupiter and Neptune. That is the authority that tells you what this is going to be from within you. So now, guys, that's what it was, the astrogravitational report for today. Hopefully, this is going to help you. You might as well join the ride. Might as well do everything that you need to look. Hopefully, these energies that are coming into your life for your own benefit. You can see this. Even if you learn the lessons within this, even if you get it within this, there is always something more you to look from within yourself. So if you guys have some questions, now is the time to ask for it. So that's for this was. If you guys have no questions, then let's share the love and the light. And I will see you in about 4.5 hours in there at the main channel. And we are going to be talking about something. I will see and meditate what that something will be. Yes, balance. You need to understand that the balance, it is very important there. Recently, I was looking at the number 7, according to the Kabbalah, what is mean. They were talking about this balance, these divine energies there. That is, they represent the 7th zodiac sign, which is Libra. That is the connections with the divine. So tonight, you're going to have beginning to have those energies there within your intuitions. Listen for the divine signs. Let the divine talks from within you. That's what also Mars and Venus coming together within intuitions to listen what they have to do for better relationships inside of you first. and 10 outside of you. So we'll look to you guys. Love you all. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Sharing the love.